Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me.
Yeah.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
I really do this.
I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man.
Yeah.
They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
Yo, 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 what's going on? Sound checking. How's everybody doing today on this wonderful Saturday? Sound check. Just give me a thumbs up for everybody that's in the building if everything sounds well with the mic. Just want to make sure everything sounds good before I start talking that talk. Yeah, we got some things to talk about. I'm gonna keep it real. Hold on real quick. Oh, hold on. Ooh. Somehow my TV turned on. Oh, give me a thumbs up if it sounds well. The mic. Hold on real quick. We got some technical difficulties. Hold on real quick. I gotta make sure this oh, right here. Got the remote right here. All right. How's everybody doing, y'all? How's everybody doing? Everything sounds good? Shout loud and clear. Okay, good. All right, now we got a lot of things to talk about, right? This is just my opinion about what's going on with the Vikings right now. This is just my opinion. Just because this is my opinion doesn't mean anybody should feel any type of way. This is, I'm going to just keep it real. I'm going to keep it 1,000. And one thing about your boy Mike Sports Vibes is I'm always going to talk that talk. Now, shout out to Lee. Let me get some shout outs real quick. Shout out to Prods. Shout out to Chris for real. Make sure y'all super hawk smash that like button if you haven't already and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are going live for every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. Whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. Sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. Now, let me talk that talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Talk that talk.
Now, we're going to start with the remaining 3 games and what I expect from the Minnesota Vikings in these last 3 games. And what I'm hoping to happen, I should say that. I hope this is what happens. Now, whether the Vikings win or if the Vikings lose against the Giants, against the Lions, and the Packers, that's another story for another day. But I want to see some progression when it comes to the offense as a whole. What I want to see from the Vikings is the play calling being consistent, like how it was against the Commanders, how it was against the Cowboys. That's what I want to see for the rest of the season. Can I talk that talk?
Talk that
What's going on?
talk.
Salute to everybody in the building. Now, what I don't want to see is regressing when it comes to the offense and our offense looking like they have no clue what the heck is going on. Because the one thing that I want to have going into 2026 is momentum built up and hope built up for the whole entire. Listen, the offseason is very long. What I don't want to happen is we fall completely apart in these last 3 games and we're going into 2026 with no type of hope as Viking fans, with no type of hope as just hope in general. Imagine not having hope for the whole entire offseason because we don't know what we are capable of when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. It ain't even the defense. I'm not concerned about what the defense is doing. The defense has been a top 10 defense this whole entire season, despite the offense being a bottom of the barrel offense for pretty much the whole entire season. Let's keep it real. So my whole thing is this. I want to see I'm not saying that J.J. McCarthy has to play like a veteran quarterback that is like a Hall of Fame quarterback and that he's going to be amazing. I know it's not going to be a straight up, oh, he's going to be so successful. Every pass is going to be a touchdown pass. Everything's going to be amazing. I understand that's not realistic. But what I want to see is, let me say the play calling again. The play calling matching the talent that we have on that football field. Since Christian Darrisaw is out for the season, Kevin O'Connell, please, I'm not saying to not throw a 30-yard pass, and shout out to my guy Angel in the building. Not to say don't throw a 30-yard pass to Justin Jefferson. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is play off the running game the best way you can, because I always say that run blocking is easier to do than pass blocking. So make sure, Kevin O'Connell, you run the ball, especially if it's successful early on. And even if it's not successful, you got to keep the opposing defense honest, because you don't want to be one-dimensional and they know that you're going to pass 40, 50 times a game. We don't want that, especially for our young quarterback like J.J. McCarthy. We don't want that. So what I want to see, if the play calling is on point, I need J.J. McCarthy to try his hardest to take care of the football, meaning don't hurt the team. Don't hurt the team by throwing interceptions. Don't hurt the team by holding on to the ball too long, knowing that our offensive line is not the best right now. We don't have our left tackle for the remainder of the season because he's on IR, Christian Darrisaw. So get the ball out your hands as quick as possible, J.J. McCarthy. And I know he's not going to be perfect, ladies and gentlemen, but I just want to see this offense continue to progress. I want to see J.J. McCarthy shine, and I want to see J.J. hook up with J.J. in the end zone. I want to see a touchdown pass. I want to see the gritty from J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson. I want to see the best wide receiver catch a touchdown pass by our present and our future quarterback right now in J.J. McCarthy. Can I talk that talk?
Talk that talk.
Dylan, what's going on, brother? Watching Jay Ward progress would be nice. I would love to see that as well. I would love to see everybody progress. But right now, the biggest question mark for the Minnesota Vikings is the quarterback, is the play calling, because what I don't want to happen, this is the negative side to these last 3 games. These are the most important 3 games in J.J. McCarthy's career coming up right now. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what I don't want to happen is the whole offense just looks brutally terrible, right? And we go into the offseason with the speculation of possibly trading for a quarterback that could take his job. Meaning, I'm not into the whole Tua. I'm not into the Kyler Murray. I'm not into them. If it's a veteran minimum, so be it. For backup purposes, that's it, for just the backup. But when I start talking about Justin Herbert, when I start talking about Joe Burrow, specifically Joe Burrow, now that's a different story, right? Because if J.J. McCarthy doesn't look solid/good for the remainder of the season, I promise you, the rumors are going to heat up. The rumors are going to heat up. And when the rumors heat up, it's going to get so hot, you ain't going to be able to touch that dang on stove. Like, you ain't going to want to touch that stove because it's going to be so hot. It's going to be so hot in the kitchen, you ain't going to want to touch that stove. But the one thing that I will say is the last 2 games, even though it's been against not the best defenses, when you talk about the Cowboys, when you talk about the Commanders, we beating down the NFC East right now. The only team we lost to was the Eagles earlier in the season, but we about to beat down the Giants. But my whole thing is, and I know the Giants defense ain't that good, so we should be able to hold the fort down and be decent enough offensively to win this game. This should be a dub. If we lose this game, honestly, the only 2 losses for the rest of the season, if any losses, will be the Lions and the Packers, because they're good teams. The Giants, I'm not trying to come at the Giant fan base. That team is not the best team right now. So we should be able to run the ball, pass the ball. We should be able to do anything we want to. We should be able to do anything we want to the Giants defense on Sunday. We should be able to do anything we want to. So JJ McCarthy has to be on point, and I'm cheering for the young man. I know he's 22 years old. When you talk about his statistics, let's look at his statistics for the right now for 2025. Let me see what we got going on right here. JJ McCarthy. I'm trying to look at his statistics real quick. All right, so JJ McCarthy and his statistics right now for the 2025 season, he played 8 games so far. Played 8 games so far, right? And probably not gonna be able to see the screen right there, but I just want to be able to read this. So 206. Hold on, let me see. Just want to make sure I read this right. All right, so for the 2025 regular season, he only played 8 games. He threw for, so far, we got 3 more games left, 1,342 passing yards. He also threw 11 passing touchdowns. He also threw 11 interceptions. Not all of it is his fault, but it is what it is. When you throw an interception, even if it's the wide receiver and he can't catch and it jump and it goes in the air, guess what? And the linebacker or safety or corner or line or defensive lineman catch the ball, it's going to be an interception. It's going to be on the quarterback. So 11 and 11, which is crazy. I love that number, 11 and 11. QBR, which is not good at all. I'm not going to sit here in front. His QBR is 34.8. But I would say this. The reason why his QBR is so bad is because Kevin O'Connell in the play call. I'm going to keep on saying it. I know a lot of people like Kevin O'Connell, and some people say Kevin O'Connell can do no wrong. But in my opinion, a good/great coach will adjust to what you have on the football field. And if your rookie quarterback is taking a while to figure things out at the professional level, then you have to change what's going on. You don't wait until the end of the season to be like, oh, I'm going to simplify the play calling. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. Kevin O'Connell, in my opinion, let this offense down. And I know some Viking fans ain't going to like what I just said, because they looking at the past and how the teams looked and how many wins we had, but they're not looking at the bigger picture. This is supposed to be our franchise quarterback, and you literally waited until week 14 to make adjustments with your play calling. And since you made the adjustments with your play calling, JJ McCarthy looks so much better. So much better. Now, my whole thing is this. He is going to make mistakes, but you have to help him along with the journey. You have to develop him. You have to give him the confidence by making sure the game plan works for him. It's like saying, for instance, right? Hypothetically speaking, I'm just going to say this, right? If you had Peyton Manning, right? And for some reason, Peyton Manning got hurt and he was out for the season. And then somehow, magically, this happened. You somehow got a Lamar Jackson, right? You're not going to have the same offense that you had with Peyton Manning. The same offense you going to have that same offense with Lamar Jackson. It might not work. I don't think it's going to work. The same thing goes the other way around. If you have Lamar Jackson and he gets hurt and you went and traded for Peyton Manning, you're not going to have the same offense for Lamar Jackson. The same offense, you're not going to have that same offense with Peyton Manning. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So my point is this. The egos have to be leveled out a little bit. I know that people think he's an offensive-minded genius, but he's not Kirk Cousins. He's not Sam Darnold. He's not Nick Mullins. He's JJ McCarthy. You got to adjust to what he does well and work on his deficiencies as he grows. It's like if you have a job, right? If you have you hire someone, right? You the employer, and you like to be hands-on with your employees, right? And you hire him to do a certain job. You're not going to, and he's not grasping it quick enough. You're going to have to make adjustments, right? As the boss, to be like, yo, I'm going to have you do this, and I'm going to slowly work you into it, and then eventually you're going to grasp it. That's what Kevin O'Connell failed earlier in this season. And now then you start seeing the memes with the whole JJ McCarthy memes and all that other stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like, if you would have seen it a few weeks ago, I think J.J. McCarthy and this offense will be so much better. I'm not saying they'll be a top 10 offense this season, but they could have been at least average. They could have been maybe a little bit below average, not ranked number 28 or 29 in total offense right now. That is unacceptable. And that goes to that is coaching for me, developing, coaching. Of course, injuries come into play as well. But that's why I said adjust to what the talent you have on the football field, not the other way around. The talent don't adjust to your playbook. Your playbook adjusts to the talent that's on the football field. Can I talk that talk? Clip that. Let's get it, baby.
Talk that talk.
I just had to say that real quick because people, they get mad at me when I talk about Kevin O'Connell, but I'm telling you, this offense should be so much further along. But it is what it is. The season is over. We ain't making the playoffs. So I like the fact that Kevin O'Connell said, I'm going to get to the chat real shortly. I like the fact that Kevin O'Connell said that he's going to simplify the offense because he realized it's not working. I just don't like I just hate the fact it took so long. And you're supposed to be you're supposed to be a great head coach, right? That's what people are giving him the title as. Now, if he's such a great head coach, then why did it take to week 14 to simplify and change stuff up to match the talent you have on that football field? Now, because you're not just holding J.J. McCarthy back, you're holding the whole team back. You're holding the whole offense back because you wasted a great year from a defense that doesn't even have, we don't have a Myles Garrett. We don't have an Aiden Hutchinson. We don't have a Michael Parsons. We have some good players. Jonathan Grenard was hurt all season. Jonathan Grenard had a down season compared to last season. We didn't have pretty much a lot of our defensive players were hurt. Blake Randall was Blake Cashman, Andrew Van Ginkel. We had a whole bunch of injuries on defense, but our defense still was a top 10 defense for most of the season. Can I talk that talk? Clip that, baby.
Talk that talk.
And I just had to say that real quick, but let's get to J.J. McCarthy and his completion percentage, 56.8 so far. And, he got sacked 24 times this season. And I just feel like he's so much better than what these stats say. And I'm not trying to rate J.J. McCarthy, but I feel like this man could be special if he has a coach that really, really rocks with him. And I'm not saying that Kevin O'Connell don't rock with him, but some of the things he be saying at the press conference got me feeling like, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But it ain't nobody going to be sure. Nobody knows what this man is thinking. But I'll tell you one thing. J.J. McCarthy's been looking good in these last couple of games. And everybody that says that J.J. McCarthy can only be good against bad defenses, what did he do against the Detroit Lions defense? What did he do against the Bears defense twice? Even though the Bears defense ain't the best. They do got some dogs on that defense, though. He did it to the Bears defense twice. We almost won the second game against the Bears. We beat them in the first game in week 1, and we almost beat them again if it wasn't for multiple things that happened during the game, especially that kickoff return. But J.J. McCarthy has 3 rushing touchdowns, 4.7 per carry. He has 33 carries for 154 yards. His longest run of the year was 26 yards, and he did fumble 3 times, but he didn't lose any fumbles. So that's a good thing right there. But shout out to J.J. McCarthy. I'm really loving what I'm seeing from him. But I want to see continued success and continued progression from my guy. Shout out to Dylan. Let me get to the comments real quick before I keep yapping and yapping and yapping. Watching. All right, let's go. Yeah, Chris Brill. Shout out to Chris Brill for this comment. Thank you. Hit the like button if you haven't already. All right. Best route, number 29, the man and keep Wentz as backup in 2026. Hey, listen, I don't know about the Carson Wentz thing, but I definitely agree with the number 9 for him to play out 2026 and see what this man has. And we just have to build around J.J. McCarthy and see what we can do. I think that J.J. McCarthy has a lot of potential to be a very good quarterback, but we'll see. Because just because I'm saying that, he has to prove it on that football field. Kyler Murray in the quarterback room would be wicked, and I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but definitely a shakeup. You ain't lying, because I'm gonna tell you right now, even if Kyler Murray was on a veteran, say a minimum veteran minimum deal, right? He wants to be the starting quarterback. if you was Kyler Murray doesn't seem like he wants to be a backup quarterback. He's going to want to be the starter. So you think he's going, listen, one time that J.J. McCarthy slips up, oh my goodness. I can hear the crowd now saying, Kyler Murray, dun, 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 Kyler Murray, dun, 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 dun. And I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm not saying that they're wrong. But what I am saying is Kyler Murray's going to look at J.J. McCarthy and be like, I'm better than this guy. I'm better than him right now. Maybe not in the future, a few years from now, but I'm better than him right now. So Kyler Murray, he is coming off a foot injury. He's on IR. So, you know, I know his ego and his confidence, which is cool to have as a quarterback. He's not going to want to come to the Vikings for a veteran minimum if the Cards release him. You know what I mean? And I just feel like he's going. But you're right. It will be a shakeup in that quarterback room. But I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. Vaz, I agree with that. He's the head coach and offensive guy at that. Oh my gosh.
That talk.
That is, yo, I gotta get you a Thunderbolt for that. Oh my gosh, bro. For real, people be trying to come at me. Oh, Kevin O'Connell could do no wrong. He's a quarterback genius. He makes everybody good. He makes all the veteran quarterbacks good. What about the young quarterback that's in his first year? Can he make him good? I don't care that he made Sam Darnold good. I don't care that he made Kirk Cousins look good. I don't care what he did with any other quarterback. What I care right now is what he does for the quarterback we have in the building right now that we drafted in the 2024 NFL draft with the 10th overall pick. I don't care what he did with the other quarterbacks. What is he going to do right now for my quarterback, my young quarterback right now, J.J. McCarthy? Let's go, baby.
Talk that talk.
Clip that, man. All right, so we got, yeah, but let me read this comment again. Yeah, offensive guy at that. He should have seen this wasn't working for JJ or his offense. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm just a passionate Viking fan. And I'm frustrated because us Viking fans deserve a Super Bowl. Do we not want to win a Super Bowl? I understand. People they get too comfortable, right? With just having, oh, we just had a good regular season. I'm sorry, but not sorry when I say this. Shout out to Kevin Gates for that slogan. I'm sorry. I'm so not sorry. I'm looking at the future when it comes. I'm looking at beyond just having a good regular season. I don't even care if we barely get into the playoffs. I just want to be a contender every single year. I want to be the next team like the Patriots when they had Tom Brady. I want to be the next team like the what's another good dynasty? Like the Pittsburgh Steelers when they had Big Ben. When they what's another more recent? That's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. You know the Chiefs ain't getting to the playoffs right now. And get well soon, Patrick Mahomes. I know you tore your ACL. Get well soon. We'll see what happens next year for the AFC. But the AFC is shaking up now. I think the Broncos, the Patriots, the Texans. There's a couple other teams that I'm not naming right now off the top of my head, but the AFC is up in the air right now. Patrick Mahomes, and the Bills, of course, the Bills with Josh Allen. So there's a lot of shaking up going on with the AFC right now. But getting back to what I'm saying, I want to have a team that can get to the playoffs numerous seasons in a row. I don't want to go into that every other season. Every other season. We get to the playoffs this year. We miss the playoffs the next year. We get to the playoffs that following year. It's like, can we get to the playoffs like 3 times in a row? When's the last time the Vikings got to the playoffs 2 times in a row? When's the last time the Vikings got to the playoffs 3 times in a row? I don't even want to talk about 4 times in a row. I just want consistency because I always look at it like this. If you get to the playoff, you're a contender. When the playoffs happen, everybody's record is 0 and anything can happen. You could be the worst team in the regular season when it comes to going against that team, but that day you're better and you move on and other teams going home and they sipping on coladas and they going on vacation early. You know what I mean? Playoffs is a whole nother season, baby. You can't take them statistics into the postseason. Straight up. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let me hit make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. We are going live for every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. What's up, guys? Skull, #Skull, baby. What's good with you? What's good? Christopher Earl, Skull to you too. Skull to you. I praised Kevin O'Connell plenty of times. He failed the team this year by being so stubborn about fitting his scheme to the talent. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Clip that, please. This is perfect. What you just said was perfect. Because when I say that, they say, well, he is a rookie quarterback. He's going to make mistakes. I understand that. I'm talking about the other stuff. All right, now, can you answer this for the people that think Kevin O'Connell could do no wrong, right? And I'm not saying fire the man right now. I'm not saying that. But what I am, I'm gonna call it like I see it, and I'm gonna talk about it. That's one thing that your boy gonna do. Now, when it's 4th and 1, you can't make this stuff up. Did you not see the tight end sneak by T.J. Hockenson? Did y'all see that play? What game was that, y'all? Do y'all remember that play? And there was another play where it was like 4th and 1, and I think it was against when we had Max Brosmer playing, right? This is not even J.J. McCarthy on the field. This is Max Brosmer, and you try to do this with Max Brosmer. He did a play. He tried to do a play-action pass. It's 4th and 1. Why aren't you running the ball? And then it went from that to like a pick 6 or something. It's like, my goodness. I'd rather just turn the ball over on downs than having a pick 6. Why would you take that chance when your offensive line's been blocking pretty good that game? Listen, CJ Ham, you just started using him. You just started utilizing him. Bro, look, I said this once, I'm going to say it again. Football is not rocket science. We're not flying rockets to outer space. I'm not saying you don't have to be intelligent and I'm pretty sure Kevin O'Connell knows way more about football than me. But I think he thinks he's too smart for the game sometimes, and he over-processes things. Bro, it's sometimes things are just straightforward. It is what it is. What you see on the field is what it is. Don't overthink it. If it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and you're running the balls pretty good, try running the ball, bro. Try running the ball. He's doing it now, but it took a while. By the way, we have a conversation about Jeddah's. People saying Jeddah's JJ throwing too hard, but adding Naylor, Hawk, Jones, and Oliver can catch JJ's passes, but Jeddah's can't. What I would say to this is we're not gonna give Justin Jefferson that excuse. He's one of the best wide receivers in the game. He needs to be able to catch that ball. What I will say is JJ, he does put a lot on it, but it doesn't matter. They'll figure that out when it comes to the offseason, when it comes to sometimes you got to put some on the ball and sometimes you got to take a little bit off. But at the same time, I'm not giving no excuses for Justin Jefferson for dropping passes. Just like I'm not giving J.J. McCarthy any excuse when he's overthrowing the wide receiver by 5 yards too high or to the left or to the right. And so it goes both ways. But what I will say is we're not giving Justin Jefferson any excuses for some of the drop passes this year. He is the best wide receiver, and I expect him to make those catches. Because he always made those catches, and he needs to do more to help out our wide receiver. When the ball does go to him, he has to make the catch. It hasn't been getting to him, but when it does go to him, he has to make the catch. Clip that.
Talk that talk.
Real talk, man. He has to. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. They'll appreciate it. Perfect. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Make sure everyone tune in today at 5 to see them clinch the NFC East. Nah, I'm not worrying about that, bro. Hey, listen, I ain't worried about none of that. Bro. But shout out to my boy Ingram in the building. Appreciate you rocking with your boy. Everybody that's in the building, make sure you hit the like button, and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are going live for every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And I truly feel that way. There's a lot of evil going on around the whole entire world. And I just want people to feel comfortable to come to this live stream and vibe and talk that talk. Now, let me say this real quick, right? Because my mindset for the rest of the season is just seeing progression from the offense. I know that our defense is going to regress next season because I don't believe Brian Flores is going to be the defensive coordinator next year. I would absolutely love for him to be the defensive coordinator next year for the Vikings, but I can't knock the man's success, man. Even with a bad offense this season, he got this defense playing amazing without any real dogs. Like, I mean, we have some dogs, but I'm talking about a superstar guy like a Myles Garrett. But you don't necessarily need that, though. But if you have a whole bunch of good players, it does add up to one superstar player. But I get it. But I just want to see this team play well. I want hope going into the 2026. I want momentum. Now, I want to talk about another quarterback, right? And I feel like people are so against this, but I understand both sides because for me, right, I want to see what J.J. McCarthy has for 2026, but it really depends on these last 3 games. And even if he didn't play good these last 3 games, I want to see what J.J. McCarthy has in 2026. But, and it's a big but, and it could possibly happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I give it about probably like a 10% chance of even happening for the Vikings to trade for a superstar quarterback like Joe Burrow. But let's keep it real, right? Let's keep it real. When it comes to Joe Burrow, bro, he one of the best quarterbacks in the game when healthy. The issue is, I kind of talk about this all the time with my Sixers, man. Like, when healthy, Joel Embiid is a very good player, but he's never playing, right? He doesn't play enough. It's kind of like the Joe Burrow. Like, Joe Burrow for me is, he hasn't been the best. I'm going to keep it real. Not Joe Burrow. I mean, he hasn't been healthy. I mean, not the best. He hasn't been healthy. I mean, and that's an issue. That's a big issue. Let me take this off real quick. Let me put some Joe Burrow stuff up here real quick. And we're going to talk about it. We ain't going to be live too long, but I just want to get this off my chest real quick. And shout out to everybody that's in the building right now. But I want to talk about Joe Burrow real quick, right? And this is, and I understand injury prone. You got to give up a lot of stuff to get him. You're going to have to give up multiple first round picks, etc. We have too many holes to even talk about, right? But I understand the concerns. It's just like, all right, so say we do give J.J. McCarthy all 2026. Say he's not the guy. And say you could have had Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow goes to what's another team? Say he goes to the Colts and they end up doing something and win the Super Bowl. We could have possibly had Joe Burrow. I'm just saying. So, but it's risky because he is injury prone. The man's hurt every other year, it seems like. He's such a good quarterback, though. But you have to give up so much to get him. You're going to have to give up J.J. McCarthy, most likely. You're going to have to give up some talented defensive just to match the money. You're going to have to give up a lot of pieces, man. And I know majority of the Viking fans, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, majority of the Viking fans are not trying to go this route, including myself. But would I be mad if it happened? No, I really wouldn't, because I'd be like, all right, we have a chance, but we better win. We better have a good offensive line to block for this man. It better be on point. Like, everything got the later drafts have to be on point, because you're going to have to give up first round picks. You might have to give up second round picks. Hey, listen, you better be good in the third round, fourth round, whatever round we have, any picks we have left after the first and second or whatever, you better be on point. That means developing the young players and making sure they can get on the football field, not just drafting them. You got to get them on the football field and them being a solid / good player one day. You know what I mean? And that's the risk we have when it comes to Quasi, because Quasi's been good on a couple of picks, but he's been bad on a lot of picks. He's been better when it comes to free agency. When you talk about Eric Wilson, when you talk about Jonathan Grenard, when you talk about Andrew Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman, Cam Robinson last year when we lost Christian Darrisaw, so that was the most genius pickup, in my opinion, for Quasi. Out of everything that he did since he's been a GM, I think that Cam Robinson, I'm not saying Cam Robinson is a Pro Bowl tackle, but he was a solid tackle. In some games, he was actually pretty darn good for the Vikings. When you lose the best left tackle in the game, the season is almost cooked on that blind side, and it's just like, what are we gonna do? For Quasi to get the Cam Robinson, that he did his job. He did his job at a very high level right there. When it comes to Isaiah Rodgers, I think that was a decent pickup. The re-signing Byron Murphy, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but at the same time, what you gonna do right there? You know what I mean? Because you're I don't know. The one thing that I would question is multiple picks, but the thing that I would say that I keep thinking about is I feel like we should have drafted Andrew Makuba with that third round pick in 2025 instead of drafting Ty Felton. Not saying Ty Felton can't be a solid wide receiver one day, but Andrew Makuba, he got drafted by the Eagles, and I'm pretty sure Eagle fans are happy for a rookie, for a third-round pick. He's been pretty darn decent this year, right? He was a starter for the Eagles at one point. He has a couple interceptions. He's a decent tackler. I like Andrew Makuba. That should have been the pickup because we need a safety. I'm not the biggest fan of Theo Jackson, all like that. Harrison Smith, I love Harrison Smith, but this might be his last year. And there's other questionable things. But I want to say this though. If the players that he drafts, like Ed Ingram, was considered a bust. I said this numerous times. He was considered a bust, but he went to the Texans, and he's probably like a top 15 guard. So he went from a bust to a top 10, top 15 guard. He's amazing when it comes to run blocking, when it comes to pass blocking, which is the one thing that the Kevin O'Connell loves to do is pass the ball. He might have not been the best guard for us, but he could have been a lot better with developing. I don't understand how he goes to another franchise and he looks so much better than when he was with us. I have a problem, because it's not just about drafting a player, it's about developing a player. You get what I'm saying? There's no such thing as a perfect prospect. So Kwesi has to do his job when it comes to like, yo, I know this player is going to really need a little bit more development than other players, so I might not have. Maybe I can't draft him because my coaching staff ain't all that when it comes to developing players. So it's a little bit of everything. I blame him from stuff, but he did do well in certain other things as well. He did draft J.J. McCarthy. We'll see about that. He did draft Dallas Turner. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just saying. Jordan Addison. You know, I'm just saying. Just a couple of picks out there. But the Lewis C. No, I'm not gonna get into it. But my point is this. Will you have confidence in the later drafts, in the later rounds? If you was to go get a Joe Burrow, it's kind of like, I don't know, bro. Would you feel comfortable doing that? Because you don't know, you might not have that confidence in Kwesi in the later rounds. That is the thing. You know what I mean? Shout out to Two Evil in the building. He said Viking fans would be stupid if to not want Joe Burrow. Y'all should want him. You know, I love Joe Burrow. My only thing is what you have to give up in can we draft in the later rounds. So give up McCarthy if need be. They're most likely going to give up McCarthy. They're going to give up a lot more than McCarthy. They're going to give up like 2 first-round picks, maybe a second-round pick, maybe future first. I don't know. I don't know what the rumors are, and right now they're just rumors. But you're going to give up a lot to get a franchise quarterback. But just imagine Joe Burrow throwing into his ex-teammate in college at LSU, Justin Jefferson. That would be amazing. Just imagine that. I think it'll be even better than Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, and I say that respectfully. Once McCarthy is traded to get Burrow, it will be so much better team. Oh, of course, it will be naturally because he's such a good quarterback. The issue is, will we be healthy on the offensive line and et cetera, et cetera? And can we draft and develop players? Because you're going to give up a lot to get a Joe Burrow. But I think I'm going to have to do a poll. Is it more of a 50-50 coin flip when it comes to Joe Burrow, or is it more like, all right, we rocking with J.J. McCarthy no matter what, and we'll see what we're gonna go through the ups and downs with him through next season as well. Like I'm really curious of what the fan base, what's the temperature when it comes to the fan base of the Minnesota Vikings. But I'm gonna be honest with you. When you talk about Joe Burrow, this year he was hurt. How many games did he play so far this year? He only played 5 games this year, and he threw for 959 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, QBR 56.6. He's 29 years old, 6'4", 215, 215 pounds. He was a first overall pick in 2020. He's one of the best quarterbacks when healthy. Last year, he had a great season, almost threw for 5,000 passing yards. He threw for 43 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions. Oh, my goodness. He was amazing last year for the Bengals. He was amazing. 43 touchdowns to only 9 interceptions in 2024. My gosh. But it's the injuries which I'm scared of. That was his only complete full season, I believe. I know he played 16 games in 2021. 2022, he played 16 games as well. So 3 complete seasons. All the rest of the seasons, he got hurt. His rookie season in 2023, he got hurt as well. And, of course, in 2025, he got hurt as well. So he's been hurt, man. It's a big risk, but it's a big reward if he can be healthy and if the Vikings have a decent offensive line that can block for him, because you got to give him time. He could pick anybody apart, and he will be amazing in the purple and gold. But like I said, he'll be the only quarterback that I'm willing to pretty much give up that's in the rumors right now. The only quarterback that I'm willing to be like, all right, yeah, I'll take my chances with Joe Burrow. Other than that, there's no other quarterback that I'm not picking. Justin Herbert. I'll just take my chances with J.J. McCarthy. I'm not picking Kyler Murray. I'm not picking Tua. I'm not picking none of these other quarterbacks. That's just my opinion. If Tua or Kyler want to come on the team, they will be backups for me. But yeah. All right. So what else? But yeah, Joe Burrow is a very, very good quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the game when healthy. I say he's a top 4 quarterback. And some of his accolades, since he's been a professional in the NFL, he been to the Pro Bowl in 2022-2024 season. He won the CFP National Championship Offensive MVP in 2019 during college. FedEx Air Player of the Year in 2022. Led the Bengals to a Super Bowl. See, people want, I like that right there. He led the Bengals to a Super Bowl. And of course, I love this last thing right here. AP Comeback Player of the Year. Comeback Player of the Year award in 2023 season. That is amazing. You know, every time he gets hurt, he comes back and he plays well. So that's one thing you can look forward to. When it comes to Joe Burrow, he gets hurt, but when he comes back, he plays well. Of course, when you talk about the LSU days in 2019, he won the Heisman, national championship in 2019, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to get into all other stuff. But yeah, he was amazing in college as well. That's why he was the first overall pick in 2019? So yeah. But enough about Joe Burrow. I gotta talk about my crushes for the NFL draft. Shout out to Oyster JJ, got potential. Cowboys fan here. Yes, JJ McCarthy has a lot of potential. I believe in JJ McCarthy. The only thing that I would say, just because I believe in JJ McCarthy doesn't mean that this team doesn't mean that Kevin O'Connell, if he continues to be the head coach, does he believe in JJ McCarthy? Does Quasi believe in JJ McCarthy? Does the ownership believe in JJ McCarthy? Yes, they drafted him, but if they really like say they don't believe in him, they're going big, bro. They're going all the way big. They're going to try to go get a Joe Burrow or maybe a Justin Herbert. But I would be nervous giving them to the Chargers because I just feel like I think Jim is going to make listen. The one thing about Jim is he knows how JJ McCarthy plays. He knows what his weaknesses are. He knows what his strengths are. And he's not going to be like Kevin O'Connell, wait until week 14 to make sure he plays well. He's going to have a good game plan for him every single week. So he's going to look good early on. Yeah, hit that like button if you haven't already. Thank you so much. You got to risk it for the biscuit. That is true. You got to risk it. You know, people don't want to risk it, though, bro. A lot of people would never want to risk it. Maybe he could even rake leaves outside. That's funny. All right, now I got to talk about my my 2026 crushes when it comes to, the prospects that I love. I did a little bit of research on a couple of players, and one player is on the thumbnail, right? One player is on the thumbnail. And I'm going to be honest with you. This man, I know he's not going to, like, the Vikings got to be a top 3, top 4 pick to probably get this guy. I'm going to be honest with you. So this ain't going to happen unless something, I don't know. I don't believe it's going to happen. But I'm going to be honest with you. If there's a way to get Arvell Reese in the purple and gold, oh my goodness. This man is a solid cover linebacker. He's amazing. He's super, super athletic, super, super fast. He's always making a freaking play. He is good he's the perfect linebacker right now because not only he's a pretty darn cover linebacker, he can get after the quarterback as well. The thing I love about him, he's super, super fast, man. I gotta keep saying that. Super, super fast. He's 6'4", 243 pounds. Hold on, let me put this on the screen because I want you to understand this guy right here. If there was an opportunity, I'm talking about an opportunity to possibly get this guy, I'm all for it, man. I wouldn't even mind trading up in the draft to get this guy. That's how much respect I got for Arvell Reese, man. Arvell Reese to me is probably he's definitely one of the best players in this draft, hands down. He has to be he's probably gonna be a top 10 pick, maybe even a top 5 pick. But when I tell you this man, like I say, 6'4", 243 pounds. He was born in Ohio and he goes to Ohio State. That's why Ohio State's defense is so freaking good. He's one of the biggest reasons why. 31 solo tackles, 6.5 sacks. He's a good cover linebacker as well as an edge rusher. He makes the tackle. There's not many missed tackles from this guy. When he's super fast. I gotta keep saying it because I don't know what his 40 time is going to be. But the one thing I noticed, like, it don't matter how athletic a quarterback is. Like, say, for instance, Lamar Jackson, right? Say we go against the Ravens. Arvell Reese can be the quarterback spy. And I'm not saying that Lamar Jackson might not get the angle maybe once or twice on the man, because I know Lamar Jackson is super, super quick, and he's fast, and he's athletic, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. But I'm going to tell you right now, Arvell Reese might be to keep up with him, bro. He can be the perfect quarterback spy. And like I said, he does not miss tackles. He can get to the quarterback. He's my probably my favorite player in this draft right now. I got to do some more research on other players. But from what I've seen in some of the film that I watch, he's always making a freaking play for Ohio, man. He's always making a play for Ohio. There's nothing like this man is like the perfect linebacker, bro. Like the perfect linebacker. And if there was a way to get Arvell Reese in a Minnesota Viking uniform, I'm all for it, bro. And like I said, even if he was to trade up, I'm down with it. His instincts is amazing. And there's another player on his team that I absolutely love. And somebody told me about him. And I'm going to talk about that after I'm done talking about Arvell Reese. But Arvell Reese instincts as a linebacker, he's simply going to be a very good player at the next level. Yes, he's not going to be a perfect prospect going into the draft, but he's going to be a star, in my honest opinion, when he gets to the NFL. That's just my opinion, y'all. We shall see. There's levels to the game when you go from college to the NFL. But Arvell Reese, there's nothing that I don't see no weaknesses, bro. I don't see a weakness with this man. So, this young man. So, Arvell Reese is my favorite prospect right now. It can change. It can change. And I know we have Dallas Turner, but you don't know what we going to end up doing. Like we got some linebackers, but again, like Blake Cashman, he a little bit up, he get injured, and Andrew Van Ginkel be getting injured, and we want to make sure our linebacker room is on point. If you was to get this guy in the purple and gold, we are good for a long time, bro. Imagine Dallas Turner and Arvell Reese on the same team, bro. Just imagine what we would be able to do to opposing offensive line, and I know Arvell Reese is a pretty darn good cover linebacker as well. But my goodness, Arvell Reese, please. If there's a way, crazy, I need you to cook for your ball, man. Cook. Go get this man. Go get him. Outside linebacker. But I can see him being a middle linebacker as well. I can see he could do anything, any position. He could be an outside linebacker, inside line. It don't matter. This man is that good, bro. Like it don't. He's everything. He's everything that we would need in a linebacker. I'll just say that. Bro. I think he's a freaking amazing player, bro. Amazing player. Outside linebacker. Yes. We have to lose more games we're most likely not going to get him, bro. Like, he's a top dog. When you get a chance to Evil, look up Arvell. Look him up, bro. Look him up. He is the real deal on that football field. Arvell Reese, linebacker for Ohio State. This man is the real deal. I'm telling you. Like, listen, whoever drafts him, I'm going to keep my eye on that team because I'm cheering for this man. This man, I want to watch him play in the NFL. Like, the college is too easy for him, in my opinion. College too easy for him. Real talk. He's really that good. The Vikings need to draft offensive guards in the early rounds next year and a safety. I like that too. I like the guards ain't gonna happen, bro. Donovan Jackson, they drafted a guard last year. We have Will Fries under contract. Guards ain't gonna happen, but I get your concern. I think it's more of the center position than anything on the offensive line. If you get anything on the if you get anything on the offensive line, let me put my chair back up. It will probably be center, but I don't think you're drafting a center in the first round. Maybe, I don't know, but I wouldn't draft a center in the first round. I'll probably look in the second round for a center. We have our tackles pretty much good. It's just the reason why our offensive line wasn't good is because of health. When you don't have the best tackle for a few games, when you don't have your right tackle for a few games like Brian O'Neill, when Donovan Jackson had to get wrist surgery, missed a couple of games, Will Fries, I think, was the only one that was healthy all season probably, and Ryan Kelly, our center, wasn't playing. He missed a few games as well. So I think it's not the guards. I think it's more center. That's just my opinion. And they have to build that chemistry together. But yeah, I like what you're thinking about the interior offensive line. But let's get to the other guy that I think that would be absolutely amazing for the Minnesota Vikings. And he's on Ohio State as well. And somebody told me about him, so I looked him up and I said to myself, what if the Vikings could get this guy? And his name is Caleb Downs. His name is Caleb Downs. His name is Caleb Downs. When you talk about a safety, bro, I'm getting comparisons. You know what the comparison I got? When the comparisons from like Mel Kiper and all them, they're comparing this guy to Ed Reed. I'm not going to go that far, bro. But if you compare, yeah, man, I'm serious, bro. Watch the film of this man. They're comparing this guy to Ed Reed. Does anybody know who Ed Reed is? If you don't know who Ed Reed is, he's one of the greatest safeties of all time. He's one of the greatest players of all time. He's a Hall of Famer, and he should be in the Hall of Fame. If he ain't in the Hall of Fame, somebody got it. I'm gonna have to hit them with the stop the cap. They messing up. They messing up big time.
Stop.
But the bull is compared to Ed Reed, bro. And if you're compared to Ed Reed, you must got a lot of game. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. If you haven't already, and hit the subscribe button. We are going live for every single Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. I always say sports is designed to bring us together, not separate us. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I'm going to get to the comments shortly, but I got to talk that talk real quick. And this is another guy, right? Caleb Downs. His instincts is all that. It don't matter where you put him at. He could be up top. It don't matter in the slot. He could be on the out. Not in the slot, but you get what I'm saying. He could do anything for free safety, whatever you want him on, wherever he needs to be for your team to be successful on the defensive side of the ball. He will be that player for you. He is the elite of the elite when it comes to the safety class in this 2026 draft, and he's a great cover safety. He's also with hands. He's going to knock that ball down. He will intercept that ball. The one thing I would love to listen, I'm telling you this right now. He's such a great tackler. He is one of the best. And this is why they said Ed Reed, because not only this man can intercept the ball, but this one thing about this man, why he's compared to Ed Reed, he can return punts as well. He did return a punt for a touchdown this season. So that's one thing. He's super talented, super quick. His instincts are on point. But another thing that I love, that Ed Reed was very good with the Baltimore Ravens when he was playing, one of the greatest safeties in the game that ever played in the NFL, Ed Reed. And why they're comparing him to that's why they're comparing Caleb to Ed Reed, is because his instincts, but on top of his instincts, his tackling. This dude, man, I don't think I've seen him miss a tackle. I don't see this guy miss tackles, bro. He can play downhill. Like he'll hit the running back in a heartbeat. If a running back, I don't care who the running back is. It don't matter if it's Derrick Henry. It don't matter if it's Saquon Barkley. It don't matter who the running back is. He's going down, baby. When this man's going to tackle you, you're going down. He's a hard hitter, bro. Hard hitter. He can cover everything. Listen, this man is that guy. If there was a way to get him, which I don't know how far he would, like, where would the Vikings have to be to even have a chance to draft a Orville Reese? You got to be probably top 5 for that. When it comes to Caleb Downs, I don't know. Is he a top 10 pick? Top 15? In my opinion, he got to be at least a top 15 pick. I'm drafting him probably. I would draft him probably in the top 5, to be honest with you. But it just depends on the teams that are in front of us and their needs. The teams that are in front of us, I don't know off the top of my head, are they going to draft quarterbacks? So that's going to bring them down a little bit. How many quarterbacks is in this draft that are decent enough to draft in the top 5 or top 10? So we got to figure that out. I got to figure it out for myself. But if there was a way to get an Arvell Reese or getting back to Caleb Downs, if we can get a Caleb Downs, bro, that would be a great replacement of Harrison Smith. That would solve a lot of issues in the secondary. Because even if our corners are getting cooked or they're not playing the best, this man's he's gonna cover it up, bro. He gonna have our back. He gonna have that corner's back. He gonna make a play. He gonna make the tackle when it comes to helping with the defensive tackles, the edge rushers, the linebackers. This man's the ultimate safety, y'all. He's the ultimate safety. Instincts are probably the best when it comes to the defensive back room for this whole entire draft, in my honest opinion. Athleticism, speed, he great cover safety. This is the guy we need, y'all. We need this on the Vikings if there was a possibility. Clip that, y'all. Listen, man. How do you feel about Caleb Downs? How do you feel about Caleb Downs? Let me read some of these comments real quick. Lose more games. The Vikings can draft offensive. Read that. Let me read this real quick. This center class is very weak. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna have to figure out. I'm nervous about Ryan Kelly. I don't think Ryan Kelly is the guy that should be our center next year. Not saying that he's not good when he's healthy, but he has a concussion issue. And the one thing I don't want this upcoming season is us struggling when it comes to blocking for our quarterback this upcoming season. I want the offensive line to be our least of our problems. I don't want the offensive line to be a problem this year. We already addressed it last offseason. I just want it to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect, but I want it to be good enough where we can be able to do whatever we need to do offensively. Whatever offense that Kevin O'Connell was trying to run, I want us to be able to run it with a healthy offensive line. And Ryan Kelly makes me nervous if he's going to be the starting center. I believe in Donovan Jackson. I think Will Fries is pretty good. I know for a fact Christian Darrisaw is good when he's healthy, and Brian O'Neill are good when they're healthy. But the center position makes me nervous. And it's a weak center draft, so we ain't draft him in the first round. He's good, but disappears time to time. An Ohio State fan. He's got game logs with a 1 tackle. I do think Reese will play well in the playoffs. I think, yeah, that's going to come and go, but I think, listen, man, and I'm thinking like Brian Flores I can't imagine what he would do with a Reese, man. I think Reese will be amazing in this defense, but I get you, man. Reese will play well in the playoffs. I love this. I love that. Play well. All right, so my boy John said, Downs is a beast. He does remind me of Reed. Wow, see, listen. I just heard Mel Kiper say, I looked at some highlights, looked at some more film, and I'm telling you, Downs is a beast. He does remind me of Reed, only in that he's savvy and has ball skills / hands. Yes, I love it. Vikings need to go try to go get that bull, Caleb Downs. Now, I don't know where he's going to be drafted at, man. Where do they have this man at in the draft? That's what I want to know. Because if they have him top 10, the Vikings might not have that. We might be mid-pick. We might have a mid-pick this year if we win out or if we win a couple more games. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But I love it. I love your opinion. Thank you for your opinion, bro. Logan Jones from Iowa is the best center in the draft. Okay. I'm gonna have to look him up. Ryan Kelly has too many concussions problems. He was out like exactly. I don't have the confidence that he's going to be able to stay on that field. And my biggest thing, like I said, the least of my worries, I don't want the offensive line to be a problem next year. Like I don't want. Of course, it's not going to be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect offensive line, right? But I want it to be as close to perfect as possible. And I know Ryan Kelly, he has a concussion issue. So where do we go from there? Like, do we continue to see if this man can play through his concussions and hope the best, or do we try to go draft a center in the later rounds, or maybe even an earlier round, like the second round, third round, fourth round? I don't know. I got to look to see what centers are possibly good, but my homie just said the center draft is not the best. The centers in this draft ain't the best this year. So I don't know, man. I really don't know. And then on top of that, what free agency centers are out there? Are you willing to trade for a center? I don't know. So there's some questions we definitely have at that center position. If I had to grade out Hall of Fame chances pre-draft, Caleb Downs would be my number one. He's a good leader and accountable. Checks all the marks and confident. I love this. So what you telling me, y'all? Hey, listen, I just started doing research on like the draft prospects. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm trying not to go too deep into the draft prospects until after the season is over, because I'm trying to really pay attention to what the Vikings are doing for the rest of this season. But at the same time, I'm getting a head start on it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. So what you're telling me is I picked a couple of dogs. When it comes to Arvell Reese and when it comes to Caleb Downs, I picked a couple of dogs. I know they're high up there on the board when it comes to Mel Kiper and all of them, but I don't just go by how high they're ranked on their board. I go by what my eyes see. And what my eyes seen from Arvell Reese was a straight up monster in a good way. And I listen, I would love for him to be in the Minnesota Viking uniform. But also Caleb Downs might be a bigger need for us. The safety position is probably a bigger need than linebacker. And what I see from Caleb Downs is a straight up dog. He, like you said, he has hands. My biggest thing is his instincts, his intelligence, he just knows. Like he's the type of player that studies the opposing team and learns the tendencies of quarterback. He studies. You can tell because his instincts are probably second to none when it comes to the safety position in this draft. I don't think there's another safety better than Caleb Downs right now. I know there's another safety that Kiper had him behind him, and he's supposed to be really good, but he tore his ACL. So I'm no disrespect. I hope the man full recovery, and y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Hope the young man full recovery, but at the same time, I'm not drafting no guy that tore his ACL last year. I'm just not doing it. But yeah, Caleb Downs is probably it's like a 1-2 pick for me. Arvell Reese and of course Caleb Downs is definitely a very I would love him in the purple and gold. Absolutely love him. Checks all the boxes. Facts. I love it. Absolutely love it. Chris Farrell, shout out to Chris Farrell. Yes, hit that like button if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Football family. Yes, go check out Logan Jones. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out Logan Jones' stats. Matter of fact, I could check them out right now. Since we on this live stream. You said Logan Jones, right? Let me just make sure that's what you said. Logan Jones. Let me look him up right now. So Logan Jones. All right, so Logan Jones. All right, so Logan Jones, 24 years old. The Iowa Hawkeyes. Let me look up his let me see something. Where's number 65, 6'3", 302 pounds. Trying to get some more information on him. You know what? Let me see something. Let me go to let's see if I can go to like centers. If I go to the centers, maybe Mel Kiper will have some information on him. I see fullbacks. I see wide receivers, running backs, offensive tackles, centers. All right, so centers. Oh, he only got one center on his board. Ain't that crazy? They say it's Connor Lew, 6'3", 300 pounds from Auburn. They got him as the #1 center in this draft. Connor Lew. They don't even got nothing. What they going? They don't even got no information on him. They don't even got no like overview. So I guess they're still working on the overview. So I got to do my research on the center positions, but yeah, I have to do my research on the center positions to be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't looked at the center positions. I just looked at safety and linebacker. Yeah, we won't be defense after this season. Yeah, straight. I agree. Ohio State. Okay. Yes, 2 freaks, but then there's actually 3 if you include Sonny Styles number 0. Wow. Ohio State got some dogs, man. Ohio State got some dogs. Logan Jones won college football Remington Award this year for the best center. Oh, well, Mel Kiper don't even got him on his list, but maybe, the experts don't know everything. So I'm going to look up Logan Jones more, bro. I'm going to do my own research on him. And I might have to do a short about him or do a quick little video about him. But I feel like the most important position on the offense, like for offense, is like, look, I think it's tight end and in center. I understand people want the running back, Love. I would love to get Love. Like, I think he would be amazing. My only issue, right? This is my only issue with that, right? Is would Kevin O'Connell even run the ball enough to even utilize his Love's talent? You know what I mean? Like, would he utilize him? You get what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't know. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. I just don't trust what's his name? Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. Like, I would absolutely love to get an all-time. You know how I am. I got Adrian Peterson's autograph on my wall, bro. I got a jersey signed by Adrian Peterson on my wall, so you know how I feel. Because Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame, they saying that he's probably the best prospect overall, but they have him the #1 prospect, but he's not going #1. It's going to be the quarterbacks that's going to go before him. But Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame, I got to do more research on him, but everybody's loving him. Everybody loves Jeremiah Love. So we'll see what happens with him. Another prospect that I'm going to look into is defensive tackle Peter Woods out of Clemson. I'm hearing a lot of people, some people told me about him, so I'm going to do some research on him as well. But my biggest thing is this, man. For defense for me, I would actually go safety, corner, and safety. So I got to do my research on the corners, and I got to do more research on the safeties. But I'll tell you one thing. They said the bull out of LSU. What is his name? What is the bull's name out of LSU? Gotta do my research on him. Where is his name? But yeah. Read this comment. Iowa's has some good players lately. Defensive, I should say. Yup. Hit the like. Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Frox, what's good with you, bro? Appreciate you. Is Love the guy wearing the knee brace last year? If he has a knee history, don't take him. Potential disaster pick, and he's a great player. Yeah, I don't know. I know there's so much hype around him, and I try not to go with I do my research, but I try not to go with just because a player has a lot of hype around him. I'm pretty sure he's a straight up good running back. But my whole thing is I'm going to do research on some other running backs because, like I said, we might not. I don't think we're going running back in the first round. I don't think so. But you never know what can happen. You really never know what the Vikings will do. Nobody knows what their team will do. But I'm telling you right now, if I had to choose between a running back or a safety right now, I think I'm going Caleb Downs right now over over Love. Just my opinion. I feel like that's a bigger need than running back right now, even though I think running backs can do so much for your team. So it could go either way. However you think about it. Like you could think that Love will be a better pick, of course, than Downs, but because that can help your offense. And if you're helping your offense, you're helping your defense because you'll have time of possession. Winning the time of possession battle is very important and keep your defense healthy. You know what I mean? So safety in first round. I would do safety in the first round in a heartbeat. Yes. I would do safety in the first round. Always pick someone with Downs in their name. Oh, you funny, bro. I like Caleb Downs, though. I really do like Caleb Downs. I'm telling you, man, if they take Downs, that's going to get the Vikings a chance to the bowl. Yes. But the only issue is, this is the only issue. Are they going to even be close to the top of the draft to even have a chance to draft him? Because the hype around Downs is up there. So, you know, it might not. That's why I say, like, what teams need a quarterback the most in this draft? So we'll see how that works because, you know, when it comes, hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me get this off of here. I'm trying to see. So quarterbacks. Let's see. So when it comes to quarterbacks, you got Ty Simpson, Alabama. They got him number 1. They got Dante Moore, number 2 out of Oregon. And they got Lenoris. Hold on. That's not, is that right? Oh, wow. They got Lenoris Sellers, number 3, and Fernando Mendoza, number 4. I don't know if that's correct, man. I don't know if this is Mel Kiper's quarterback room, but the teams that's in the game, like the worst teams, like I think the Raiders are going to want a quarterback, right? Who else? Let me look at the standings right now. That's better. Let me look at the standings, and I guess I'll go from there. Because I know there's going to be some teams that's going to need a quarterback. So that might help us have a better chance of maybe possibly getting a Downs. So we're going to, all right, so nobody in the NFC East is going to want to draft a quarterback in the first round. Nobody in the NFC North is going to draft a quarterback in the first round. Maybe the Saints. Maybe. Do they believe in Spencer Rattler? Do they believe in their quarterbacks they got? I don't know. And then the NFC South, the Saints are 4-10. The NFC West, the Cards, they're going to draft a quarterback most likely. So that's 2 quarterbacks right there. Right? So I got the Saints maybe drafting a quarterback, and the Cards maybe drafting a quarterback. In the AFC, crap. The Jets, the Dolphins possibly, because they're going to maybe the Dolphins. No, maybe not the Dolphins. We'll see. But definitely the Jets, right? The Browns, maybe. I don't know. Do they believe in Shadir? Do they believe in Gabriel? Like, do they believe in their quarterbacks? I don't know. The Bengals might if they trade Joe Burrow. Who knows about that? The Titans, they have their quarterback, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be the franchise quarterback. We'll see. The Colts might have their quarterback in Daniel Jones. We'll see about that. The Raiders are going to need a quarterback. So there's about like 5 teams that I'm just counting right now that's going to need a quarterback, right? So that might give us a chance to draft a Downs, a Caleb Downs. And Holden, what's good, Holden? Listen, I looked up Caleb, bro. Caleb is a straight up dog, bro. Caleb is a dog, bro. Like, listen, I would be very, very happy if we had a chance to go get a Caleb, bro. Like, we had a chance to go get a Caleb Downs, bro. Like, you don't understand. Like, people don't understand. Like, I'm pretty sure people that watch college football all the time. But listen, bro. Anytime you compare a safety to Ed Reed, I haven't heard in a long time anybody compare anybody to Ed Reed at the safety position. Listen, if the Vikings get a Caleb Downs, oh my goodness. I ain't gonna sit there, I will cry, but I'll be so happy. It'd be tears of joy. If I cry, It would be tears of joy if there was a possibility for the mighty Minnesota Vikings to get a Caleb Downs. I'm not really talking about Arvell Reese because he's going to be too high up there. So Arvell Reese is like, he's like my draft crush. If we could get an Arvell Reese, bro, I'd be happy. But we're not getting him. He's going to be too high up there. If he was the draft to mid pick, because I think the Vikings are going to be mid, like when it comes to the picks. We'll see what happens. But I think you have a better chance of getting Caleb Downs, maybe. But man, if we could get a Caleb Downs, bro, he's my number one pick right now, y'all. Like a realistic pick that I would absolutely love for the Vikings has to be Caleb Downs, right? And I'll go on from there. Let me look at the comments. But yeah, man, you were so right, bro. You were so right about him. I'm going to get to the comments right now. I did not skip your comments. What's going on, Vikings news today? What's good, baby? Let's go to the bowl, baby. I read that comment already. Yes, everybody in the building, hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. We are going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And I truly feel that way. Salute to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. Skull, everybody. Salute to everybody in the building. This is one YouTube family. Like I said, whether you're a Viking fan or not, this is the place to be. Good vibes over here. My Bungles should tank for them. Yes, and fire Zach Taylor and Duke too. Yeah, listen. Hey, listen. That might be a good move for y'all. How many TDs for JJ tomorrow against the Giants? You know what? I'm going big. Y'all. Get ready for this. I got JJ McCarthy throwing for 4 touchdowns, baby. I know y'all probably saying, stop
The cap. Really? Stop the cap.
Y'all probably saying, stop the cap, Mike. I got JJ throwing a touchdown or 2 to Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson going to have like 2 touchdown passes, bro. They're going to both be doing the gritty in the end zone. The Giants defense is not good. So I can see him doing, he going to put up some numbers. I got him throwing for 300 plus yards as well, baby. Yeah, I'm talking crazy. I'm talking heavy. It's just how I feel. That's one thing about me.
Talk.
Yeah, I'm talking heavy. I got 4. I'm going to go one more. 4 touchdowns tomorrow. Holding in the building, baby. Miami just upset Texas A&M. Intercepted in the end zone. Wow, that's crazy work. Crazy work, bro. Crazy work. The Bengals won't trade Joe. Remember what we did to Carson Palmer when he wanted out? They forced him to retire to get out of Cincy. Yeah, man. Hey, listen. You might be 100% right, bro. But I feel like if he requested a trade, I feel like they will. You want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. Let me talk that talk.
Talk that talk.
The Bengals need so many things to be successful next year. So many positions, I mean. On defense, on offense. Imagine you getting 3 first-round picks for Joe Burrow. You're going to pass that up. Even with a healthy Joe Burrow, you're probably not doing too much when it comes to like in the playoffs. But then again, Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the game. So I got to put that out there. I'm just saying, if he says, I want out, and a team says, I'll give you 3 first-round picks, I'll give you a second-round pick, I'll give you numerous players on defense, I don't think the Bengals are passing that up. I don't see it, though. We'll see what happens, though. But I get you. And Carson Palmer, man, I remember Carson Palmer was a good quarterback. I remember Carson Palmer. I remember that, was it a playoff game? And he tore his ACL in a playoff game. And I think that play, the play that he tore his ACL was the same play he threw for a touchdown pass or something like that. Yeah. What do you think about Jeremiah? I know that's the most popular running back. I got to do more research on him But what I will say is this. On Mel Kiper's board, he's the number one prospect in the whole NFL. He's the number one prospect in the whole NFL when it comes to the 2026 NFL draft, according to Mel Kiper, right? That's just his opinion. When it comes down to it, though, will Jeremiah Love drop to the Vikings? Because I don't think the Vikings are going to have a top 10 pick this year. I will be happy if we do, but if we beat the Giants tomorrow, come on, bro. It's not happening. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think he's going to be a top 10 pick. If you don't got a top 10 pick, you ain't getting Love. I got to do more research on Peter Woods, but let me read about Love real quick. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Appreciate all the love and all the support. This is the pre-draft analysis about Love. Love broke out as a sophomore last season, rushing for 1,125 yards and 17 touchdowns. Matter of fact, let me just put this on the screen. Put this on the screen for y'all. Now, I'll just read it. I don't even got to put it on the screen. All right, so Love broke out as a sophomore last year, rushing for 1,125 yards and 17 touchdowns. He is an explosive runner with great burst through the line of scrimmage. I got to put my glasses on. And is a threat to pull away when he gets a seam. Love can sink his hips and make crisp cuts to the past defenders. And he's patient and instinctive, which I love instinctive runners. So you're not just running. You gotta be, sometimes you gotta slow it down a little bit. Instinctive inside runner. He has the core strength and contact balance to break tackles. Love runs with outstanding determination and effort. He can pluck passes in traffic, scoring 2 receiver touchdowns last season. He's tough, steps up, and is strong enough to stand up defenders at the point of contact as a pass blocker. So he does everything, right? He can pass block. He can catch. He is very instinctive between his offensive line. He's patient. He's very good when it comes to breaking tackles. His core strength is amazing. I love everything that I'm hearing. 17 touchdowns, 1,125 yards, rushing yards. I love everything that I'm reading from the pre-draft analysis. Now, my whole thing is this. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. Will he drop to us? If you had a choice between Love and Caleb Downs, who you drafted, I'm pretty sure people going to go Love, which I feel like that's a good pick as well, because I always look at running backs is I put them on a higher pedestal than a lot of other positions, to be honest with you, right? The one thing about a great running back, you know how I feel about Adrian Peterson, is they can change your franchise. A running back can change your franchise. A running back can make your quarterback look a lot better. A running back can make your wide receivers look a lot better. A running back can make your offensive line look a lot better. A running back can make your offensive coach look a lot better. A running back can also make your defense look a lot better, because when you have a great running back, they do so much. When you can have a running back that can catch, when you have a running back that can block, when you have a running back with power, and when you have a running back that has the determination for greatness, even after the point of contact, he's breaking tackles. When you have a running back like that with speed, with balance, it's very hard to pass up. if he happens to drop to wherever we are in the first round. Now, clip that. I would draft him, but at the same time, what is the mindset of Kwesi? I look at it like this. J.J. McCarthy is way more better when he can play off of that run game. Not saying that J.J. McCarthy can't throw the ball. Not saying that he can't be accurate. Not saying that he needs to run the ball a million times to be successful. But what I will say is this, it surely does help. And when he won the championship with the Michigan Wolverines, they ran the ball more than they passed the ball. Can I talk that talk?
Talk that talk.
I'm not saying anything that nobody doesn't know. Now, if you have him in the backfield, Kevin O'Connor, you got no excuse, bro. You better run that freaking ball. You better run that ball. And I'm going to tell you this right now. That would be a good pickup, though. I ain't going to lie. I think either way, you go Caleb Downs or Love, either way, bro, I'm good with either one. But I want to do more research on Love, though. I got to look at the highlights. I'm just going by what Mel Kiper and them are saying when it comes to the pre-draft analysis. I like to go with my opinion, but I love the way y'all are thinking when it comes to Jeremiah Love. I love it. Absolutely love it. I think Downs goes before Reese, unless Reese just goes off. Hey, listen, you might be 100% correct, bro. You might be 100% correct. Early mock drafts, yeah, early mock drafts. What's going on, Holden? We could jump up for Jeremiah Love with the Rams. This is why I want to wait until this is why I kind of like want to wait until the season is over, because then we'll have a better we'll know where we're at. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't know where we're at in the draft. So we might have to go up a couple of picks, or we could just stick and pick and we might be able to get them. So we'll see what happens, Holden. But I feel like the Vikings are going to beat the Giants, which is going to push us back a little further. You know what I mean? We're going to move back instead of up. I think we're going to beat the brakes off the Giants tomorrow. Like, honestly speaking, I'm not even trying to be. Listen, I ain't trying to be funny. Hey, listen, I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just being real. I just don't see it. I just feel like we're going to beat the brakes off of them. But yeah, man, there's a lot of. Oh, man, there's a lot of film I'm going to have to watch, man. There's a lot of film I'm going to have to watch. A lot of film that I'm going to have to watch when it comes to these prospects. And, yeah. Yeah, it's a little early for mock drafts. But, yeah, that's what we're going to do, some mock drafts in the off season. We're going to do a lot of different things. We're going to be live a lot. We're going to be doing some mock drafts. We're going to do a lot of cool things on this channel. You said Chiefs need a running back, but they have interest in Breece Hall. Okay. Yeah, Jeremiah Love is the top guy for a lot of people's board. So it's going to be, if we don't have a top 10 pick, I don't think we're going to get Love, to be honest with you. But we'll see what happens. We got 3 more games left. And we'll go from there, but definitely a interesting draft for the Minnesota Vikings coming up. I'm not sure what direction the Vikings are going to go, because we don't know how this end of the season is going to be. But I will say this, though. That will be nasty running back room. If you can get a Love and have Aaron Jones and have a three-headed running back room. Listen, I still like Aaron Jones. I like Jordan Mason. Hey, listen, having a Love, I think I love it. I wouldn't mind having that. 3 good running backs. I wouldn't mind that. Might have to let one of them go. But I love Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones this season, when healthy, he's been very good for the Vikings. Mike, take a look at Emmanuel, McNeil, Warren, He's a safety from Toledo. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at him. I'm gonna do my research on him as well. Emmanuel. Let me just look. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do right now is I could take a look at him right now since we're live. We look at him right now. Let's see if I can find him. Emmanuel. Oh, so they don't even got him in the top board. That's crazy, man. But what I will do is I can look him up. I'm gonna look him up and do some research on him. I'm definitely gonna look him up and do some research. But shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all. How's the weather, man? It's right now. It's just, what is the weather right now? When I was outside yesterday, it was like 40 degrees. It wasn't too cold. Wasn't too cold at all. Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason are very good running backs. They run hard. Yes. The only issue is we don't run the ball enough. But if we draft a Love, one of them is probably going to end up going. I'm not sure which one that's going to be. I love Aaron Jones, though, man. I really love Aaron Jones. Like, Aaron Jones, to me, is so underrated. Like, he can block. He can catch. He's a very good running back. He has very good vision. He might not be the fastest or the strongest, but he does a great job. He does a great job. Every time I see him run, it seems like he's always doing something good. I just feel like he didn't get the opportunity. Same with Jordan Mason. I love Jordan Mason as well. But I think Aaron Jones brings a little bit more because he can pass and he can pass block, I think, better than Jordan Mason. And I also think that Aaron Jones is also a better catcher overall than Jordan Mason. When it comes to just straight up running, I think Jordan Mason can break more tackle. He's more of a power back. But I like Aaron Jones. I really do. I really like Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is, yeah, bro. Great. See, great minds think alike, bro. Hey, listen, I didn't read this comment. Great minds think alike, bro. Great minds think alike. Quarterback Chris Johnson is a rising up in the draft boards. He is from San Diego State Aztecs. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up. Yeah, there's a few cornerbacks that I'm gonna have to look at the cornerback room, definitely. I'm going to have to look at the cornerback room because that's one of my top position groups that the Vikings are going to need. They got boy from LSU. What's his name? Mansour Delane. They got him number one. They got him number one according to, like, when it comes to the prospects for the corners. They got him number one. And then they got hold on real quick. That's the school. Let me see something. They got Jermod McCoy from Tennessee. And when they talk about, hold on, let me see. I want to read the description on well, I'll read the description for Jermod McCoy out of Tennessee. Pre-draft analysis: McCoy transferred from Oregon State to Tennessee last season, leading the team with 13 passes defended and trying a team high for 4 interceptions. He tore his ACL while training in January. Oh, that's the guy I was talking about. Unclear when he'll be able to return this season. McCoy reads receivers. That's my issue. I'm kind of off already because of the ACL, bro. But McCoy reads receivers, breaks well, showing good timing when reaching in to the defend passes. His frame and balance make it tough to push him around at the top of routes. McCoy can turn and run too. He reads the quarterback plays the ball, not the man, and knows when to break on the ball in zone looks. He played both ways in high school, which shows versatility. He tracks the ball like a receiver. McCoy has the length and frame to compete for 50-50 balls, and that is according to Steve Moich. Hey, listen, my whole thing is this, right? I love everything they're saying about McCoy. My only issue is the ACL, bro. Like, I don't know, like, how high of a pick, how high are you drafting him in? Like, what round? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. So Avion Terrell is another cornerback from Clemson. So I'm going to have to look him up as well. So there's a couple of corners I'm going to have to look up. But, you know. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm about to get off this live stream. Thank you so much for all y'all support. I will be live for the game tomorrow. Giants versus Vikings. I think it's going to be a beatdown, to be honest with you. But when don't underestimate an opponent, but I truly feel like it's going to be a beatdown. I really do. It's going to be a beatdown. Take care, man. Have a good, you too, man. Take care, everybody. God bless everybody. Appreciate all your support. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button on your way out. We are going live for every Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. Salute to each and every one of y'all that's in the building right now, vibing with me. And everybody, God bless. Have a good day. Happy holidays. And I will be live tomorrow for the Giants versus Vikings. And I know it's going to be a beatdown. I'm going to stand on business. It's going to be a beatdown. It's going to be a beatdown. Yeah, it'll probably be one, to be honest, as a Giants. Yeah, hey, listen, I'm sorry, Giants fan. Hey, listen, I don't see y'all doing nothing against. See, the thing about it is they're not going to be able to do too much against our defense. Like, Jackson Dart, I like Jackson Dart. This is the wrong defense to go against right now. This defense is on another level right now, right? And the one thing about Jackson Dart, he's still a rookie. He's not a veteran quarterback. And then their defense is just not the best. They're ranked, I think they're like ranked number 30th in total defense. And even though the Vikings offense is ranked like 29th, I listen, at this, I got the offense beating this defense. We better. If we don't, we got some issues. So we'll see what happens. So I got us winning like badly, to be honest with you, but we'll see what happens. Anything can happen any given Sunday. But take care, everybody. And as always, God bless and be easy. Peace.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man. Yeah. They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.